All right, welcome back, mates. Crypto Lovers Trading Group. Hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday, a little bit after 12 in the afternoon. We were watching some crud runs here on the altcoins, and we're going to talk about Cardano here really quickly. Cardano's had a nice little run here in the last 48 hours, but it's time to revisit here now after we tested that 142 level, exited those leverage trades at the 140 to 142 level. And it's now coming back down into the 130 channel, which is to be expected in one regard, and I'll explain why in a second. But obviously, this is a really nice bullish move for Cardano, which has been hovering in that 120 area, consolidating in that 120 area for quite some time. When we were looking for that breakout of 135, why that's kind of critical is that's predominantly where the strongest level of supply barrier, in the short term really is. And we're sitting above it right now, but again, we're going to need to close, okay? At least have a couple 4-hour candles or a 12-hour candle, or the daily candle above that 135 area to kind of invalidate a lot of that barrier that's right there. And part of that barrier, and here's the reason why you can experience a backdraft, is because you've got $463 million of Cardano were accumulated. That's in 16,000 addresses. This information comes from your on-chain metrics, okay, at 135, all right? Another 200 million Cardano was accumulated in 15,000 addresses at 132. So we're just above now at 138, down from 142. So just looking at that, the question will remain, we'll have to take a look at the blockchain metrics this evening. How many of these addresses that accumulated at 135 exited today at 140 to 142 that may have spawned this downtrend here? Or 132. Okay, and that's where you run, and this is where the on-chain really helps you in terms of once that supply barrier is broken, another one's going to be 147, which, as you remember, we got to about 147, 148-ish a couple weeks back, and we sold all the way back down to below 120. I think it was 110, actually, to 108 or 109, okay? And so that's created the next real big supply barrier in terms of, resistance for a move to $2. I know a lot of people are calling for that move to $2 right now. But we've got obviously some obstacles in the way that our Cardano has to overcome on a technical basis and on an on-chain metric basis. Though there's really not much, there's really not heavy resistance above 147. There's some in this I think with the 180 channel, and that would be a massive move up. Okay, you're talking about from 120 to 180. All right, $1.20 to $1.80. And we would get some selling pressure in. And so that's something we want to take a look at. Okay, but breaking and holding this 135 area should propel Cardano to test 160, breaking through that 147 supply barrier. Now that's the critical component. Is 147 sits right in the middle of 135, right, and 160. And so that's where it's going to face that resistance, okay, in terms of supply. And you can see that in your on-chain metrics in the in and out money around price, or the IO map model, okay, from Into the Block. That's another great service you can get to subscribe to on-chain metrics. Really great service, highly valuable for leverage traders, because it's going to show you your supply barriers, your accumulation bubbles. It's going to show you where, support and resistance is, okay, in the short term, and, and for the most part, in terms of what you're looking at in your chart. So that's where we are with Cardano. She's got to definitely hold above this. Right now, she's at 138, needs to hold above 135 on the daily, or significant amount of 4-hour, 12-hour candles to really hold and confirm this move up. That's really all I got on Cardano. Just keep an eye on it. Again, if she's to break below that 135 area, she's easily going to fall back into that 120 range again to consolidate, gain a little bit more momentum, and to challenge higher going forward. But it's